Imagine a pain so sharp that it feels like glass cutting through your body. This was my reality when I faced kidney stones. My first encounter with kidney stones, I never truly understood what people meant when they said kidney stones are the most painful condition until I went through it myself. It started with a dull ache in my lower back, something I initially dismissed as simple muscle strain. But within hours, that pain turned into sharp, stabbing waves that felt like knives twisting inside my body. The intensity was unlike anything I had experienced before. It was far worse than a toothache, headache, or even a fracture. The pain came in sudden surges, radiating from my kidney area to my abdomen and even down toward my groin. I was sweating, nauseous, and unable to sit or lie down comfortably. I remember pacing around the room, trying to find any position that might give relief, but nothing worked. Eventually, the pain became unbearable, and I had to rush to the emergency room. That was the beginning of my journey with kidney stones, a journey filled with fear, discomfort, and valuable lessons about health and lifestyle choices that I wish I had learned much earlier. What exactly are kidney stones? Kidney stones are hard deposits made of minerals and salts that form inside the kidneys. They usually develop when your urine contains more crystal-forming substances, like calcium, oxalate, and uric acid, than the fluid in your urine could dilute. When this happens, these substances stick together and form tiny crystals. Over time, those crystals can grow into larger, solid stones. Some stones are small enough to pass unnoticed through urination, but others can grow to the size of a pea, marble, or even larger. What makes them so painful is not just their presence in the kidney, but their journey through the urinary tract. The ureter, a tube connecting the kidney to the bladder, is narrow, and when a stone tries to pass through it, the result is excruciating pain. Kidney stones come in different types. Calcium stones, the most common, uric acid stones, struvite stones, and cystine stones. Each type forms for different reasons: diet, genetics, dehydration, or medical conditions. Understanding what kidney stones are and why they form is the first step in learning how to prevent them. Many people think it only happens to older adults, but even young people like myself can experience it if they neglect their hydration and diet. My hospital experience and the painful treatment when I arrived at the hospital, I was in agony. The doctors immediately recognized the symptoms and ordered a CT scan, which confirmed that I had a stone lodged in my ureter. The medical staff started with pain management because the first priority was to control the unbearable pain. I was given strong painkillers through and four, which provided temporary relief. The next step was to decide whether the stone could pass naturally or if medical intervention was required. The stone was relatively large, making natural passage extremely difficult. I had to undergo a procedure called lithotripsy, in which shock waves are used to break the stone into smaller pieces so they can pass through the urinary tract more easily. The procedure itself was not as frightening as the anticipation of more pain, but it was necessary. Afterward, I had to deal with discomfort while the fragments exited my body. Each trip to the bathroom was a reminder of how fragile health can be and how painful neglecting hydration and diet really is. The experience taught me not only about the resilience of the human body, but also about the importance of prevention over treatment. No one wants to go through the torture of kidney stones twice. How you can avoid kidney stones, the good news is that kidney stones are often preventable if you take the right steps. The most important rule is to stay hydrated. Drinking enough water every day keeps your urine diluted, which prevents minerals from clumping together into stones. Doctors recommend at least 8 to 10 glasses of water per day, though the amount can vary depending on your body weight and activity level. Another key factor is diet. Limiting foods high in oxalates, like spinach, beets, and nuts, reducing excess salt, and moderating protein intake can greatly reduce the risk. On the other hand, consuming citrus fruits such as lemons and oranges can actually help prevent stones because they contain citrate, a compound that blocks stone formation. Lifestyle also plays a role. Regular physical activity improves kidney function and helps maintain a healthy weight, both of which lower your risk. It's also wise to monitor your calcium intake. Not too high, not too low, since calcium binds to oxalates and prevents them from forming crystals. If kidney stones run in your family, you should be extra careful, as genetics do play a role. Prevention might seem like extra effort at first, but compared to the pain and suffering caused by kidney stones, it is a very small price to pay. Final thoughts and lessons learned looking back, my experience with kidney stones was a wake-up call. The pain was beyond imagination, and the hospital visits were emotionally draining, but also gave me a new perspective on health. We often take our kidneys for granted, not realizing how essential they are in filtering toxins and maintaining balance in our bodies. Kidney stones reminded me that small daily habits, like drinking water, eating mindfully, and staying active, can make a huge difference in preventing life-altering pain. If I had cared more about hydration and diet earlier, I might have avoided the entire ordeal. Today, I carry a water bottle everywhere I go, I pay closer attention to what I eat, and I make sure my lifestyle supports kidney health. My advice to anyone reading this is simple. Don't wait until you're doubled over in pain to take your kidneys seriously. Prevention is not just easier, it's life-saving. Remember, kidney stones don't discriminate. They can happen to anyone, young or old. Learn from my painful story and take action now to protect yourself. Trust me, you never want to experience the agony of kidney stones even once in your life.